All right. Hello, hello. If you guys have a notebook nearby, a piece of paper, I'd highly recommend grabbing that or opening up a tab or a Word doc on your computer as well to take some notes because we are going to be covering a lot here. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Who here is familiar with the Travel Coach Network already? So just give me a raise a hand or drop in the chat a big TCN if you have heard of the Travel Coach Network before. I do see a lot of a lot of original members, some newbies. All right, guys. So today's training is going to be on specifically for how travel advisors can integrate travel coaching into their business. Down here. I'm going to keep you guys all on mute as well. Okay. All right, everyone. Hello, everyone. Hi, Sona. Hi, everyone joining us. Um, we can, oh my God, did I do that? Are you guys able to, one second, see my screen? Can you guys see my screen? Okay, perfect. Bigger. So again, today I'll share what we'll be talking about, but today's training is specifically how to combine travel coaching into your travel advisor role. So if you're a travel advisor, or you're thinking about becoming a travel advisor, I'm going to use travel advisor, travel agent, the terms interchangeably here. But this is specifically for you. If you're not a travel advisor and you have no interest in it, that's totally fine. That is what I built the Travel Coach Network off of in the first place. And so I'll share a little bit about all of that. So you're still going to gain a lot of information and insight for your own travel coaching business. Can you guys hear me? Okay. Katya, maybe check your audio. Okay, perfect. All right, go ahead here. So today's session, of course, you're going to learn what is a travel coach if you are new to travel coaching and the TCN. So I'll go over that. How to increase your revenue or revenue streams using travel coaching if you're a travel advisor, or just in general. Again, if you're not a travel advisor or Isabel says travel designer. Yeah, so travel advisor, travel agent, travel designer. I kind of categorize those things together. This is a way to enhance your business. So it'll give you some ideas for what is travel coaching, how to combine it into that. If you guys are like, well, I'm a retreat leader, a tour operator, a health, life, wellness coach, and I'm still here curious about travel coaching, totally fine. That's typically also who we talk to. We are now integrating more into the travel advisor world because we've noticed an influx of travel advisors still wanting to wear the travel advisor hat with the planning and booking phase of a trip, and how travel coaching complements what you do. So that's what we're covering today. I'll be sharing how to fit travel coaching, like I said, into your role as an advisor with the inspiration phase, the pre, during, and post-trip phases, what that means and what that could look like, how it can enhance your travel business as a whole and help you stand out in the future of travel, not only within competition, but because AI and tech continues to grow in the travel industry and that's not going to go away. It's only become more advanced. So how you as a travel advisor can stand out and really lead an authentic business that makes a difference in people's lives through the experiences you provide. I'll also share 5 simple steps to getting started on your own today as well too. Okay. Check the weight room. Okay. And you're probably here today because you are maybe a travel advisor, a travel agent, travel designer, or you're thinking about becoming one. Maybe you have obviously you have an absolute passion for travel and helping people. Travel's done something for you in some way that has gravitated you towards this industry, whether you're in a role already that helps people with travel, or you are thinking about starting a travel business. You've been positively impacted in travel in some way and believe that it can be used as a tool for changing people's lives, for gaining transformation, for healing. You have your own story that you can connect with. You want to learn to differentiate yourself from others in the industry. You want to make sure that your business aligns with your values and what you believe in when it comes to travel and who you want to serve, not what the industry says are your only options. You want to build a sustainable business that won't be replaced by AI, but instead you can stand out in the future of it while at the same time using AI as a great tool from a business standpoint. Or you're just genuinely curious about travel coaching and the Travel Coach Network. So before we dive into all of that, I want to make sure first that I hit record on this. Okay. I'll share a little bit about myself and the Travel Coach Network and what we are. So the Travel Coach Network, or I started the Travel Coach Network over 6.5 years ago. I was a backpacker who I got a degree in hospitality and tourism management in 2010. I did not align at the age of 22 with what I felt the pressures of life and being a recent college graduate said you had to do get a job and climb a corporate ladder. And I didn't want to sit in an office job. And I most importantly, didn't want someone to tell me when I could or couldn't take a vacation. I wanted to be able to travel. I didn't come from a travel background. I didn't know much about traveling. I had the mindset that travel was also expensive and something so far out of reach. But my third year of university, I changed my money mindset, and I was able to save enough money for my first backpacking trip once I graduated. So at 22, I bought a one-way ticket to Ireland, and I did the traditional Western Europe backpacking trip. And like many of you, fell in love with travel and what travel was doing for me on a deeper level. So I continued on for 10 years, so over 84 countries, and really taking that time to explore what I wanted out of life. And at the same time, I struggled to figure out what my career path could be. Here I held this degree in the industry, hospitality and tourism, but I did not want to do what I felt like I was told is possible. You have to work in hotels, you have to be a flight attendant, you have to plan and book trips for people, create itineraries, you have to then travel blogging came about and travel influencing, but none of that aligned with what I wanted to do and what I believed in and how deeply I felt like travel could help people. And so I gave myself grace. And then when I was 30, I said, I guess I have to figure out my own career path. So in 2000, and if you ask why I didn't want to be a travel agent advisor and plan trips, is I've always had an anxiety disorder. And so having to manage and plan and organize trips for people, I'd done it for family members, gave me too much anxiety. I did not enjoy it. And so I said, there has to be a more meaningful way that I can use all this knowledge and passion that I have and deep beliefs about travel in a way to empower and inspire others to think of travel differently. And so in 2018, I started my own wellness travel coaching business. So these are just some of the photos of me standing on stages, I got paid from big industry events to stand on stages talking about the mental, emotional, physical, social wellness benefits of travel, in particular for business travelers. That was my niche. I focused on business travel well-being. And so built my name within that industry and got to travel for free, got paid to speak, got to meet incredible people within the industry, many who have provided other opportunities for me and even became partners of the TCN. And so since then, or soon after that, I had many others reaching out, what is a travel coach? So in early 2019, as I was still building my wellness travel coaching business, I founded the TCN. So I'll share in a second here what the TCN is, but I'm a global speaker, TEDx speaker. I did a talk on how travel can enhance communities and connection. So you can find that on YouTube. I wrote a book. That was the very first thing that I ever did. Sometimes I forget that I have a book. And I've been in over 350 plus media outlets, including Forbes twice, CNN Travel, Fodders Travel, and so forth. Those are just some of the media logos. And one of the reasons why I like to show the media logos, because that's one of the things that I love to talk about to our travel coaches and teach and provide opportunities for, because the more visible you are in your business, the more clients, growth, clarity, everything you get. And so it's not just about having these logos, which is always nice for your business, right? To be seen as a thought leader on something, but to know how to grow your business through organic marketing through media and publicity. So that's just one thing that I talk about in our travel coach certification program. I'm not doing a training on that today, but I have done many of those in the past. These are just some of the other photos of my opportunities that I got as a wellness travel coach. Some of the places I got paid to travel to and stay at for free. I got very much involved with the Global Business Travel Association, spoke at many of their chapter events. I was on their risk management team for 3 years, or committee, because they did not have a wellness committee at the time, and I don't think they do still. Partnered with a lot of great companies and a lot of great speaking opportunities that way too. So my point with showing you this is that whatever your niches and your main core messaging, what it is that you believe in and what you're trying to get your ideal clients to believe in is possible for them, become a thought leader on that topic. What do you want to be known for? So we're going to be diving into some of that today to help you guys figure that out. As promised, the Travel Coach Network. So the Travel Coach Network is a global community of travel coaches that we certify through our ICF, the International Coach Federation accredited certification programs. Our flagship program is the Travel Coach Certification Program, but today I'll be sharing with you a brand new shorter version designed specifically for travel advisors. I'll be sharing about that at the end of today. But what we've done so far is built up the Travel Coach Certification Program. So we have over 760 travel coaches from over 40 plus countries in our flagship program. You see a lot of women here in the photos, but we do have men as well. But we are organically about over 95% women in the TCN. I think that goes to speak a lot about the connection that we as women have with travel and the value that travel has on us. We see that in the industry as a whole, the solo female travel industry, the women travel industry, the women 50 plus travel industry are all on the rise and continue to do so. One of our partners is Journey Women. They're going to be, some of them are going to be speakers. Some of their members are speakers at our Women Thrive event taking place on May 24th. So check out Journey Women. They're all about women 50 plus travel as well. So it's great communities to join. And so we certify our travel coaches through our programs. A travel coach, I guess we will wait for that here. So these are just some of the media and travel coaching that's been talked about in the media. All of them have come through our TCN members, the Travel Coach Network itself, or the topic of travel coaches that we're related to. Other than that, the only one is this Forbes article. This was out in 2006, so a while ago. So this is the only article that has nothing to do with the TCN or any of our members. So as you can see, many of our members have been seen in the media for what they do as travel coaches and what they do in their travel businesses. Here are some other ones. Sue was in her Women's Weekly, many content creators as well. So you'll learn that travel coaching is a great way to expand your revenue streams, which I'll talk about today too. Here's some of our other brand ambassadors in the media for what they do too. These are some recent headlines. So why is travel coaching even a growing concept, and why is this topic even important? So these are just some screenshots of 4 articles, right? 4 that I recently have been talking about and sharing on our socials that I think you guys would find a lot of value in and should be able to absorb and reflect into your business. So the more recent one that I posted about was the Travel Market Report on why the future of travel belongs to travel advisors and not algorithms. So we'll talk about AI and how to differentiate yourself despite a future of AI and what that means. The first one that I came across was the rise of the Whycation, which was a Hilton's 2026 Trends Report. They did that in collab with GlobeTrender and talks about travelers choosing more intentional itineraries. This one from Booking.com talks about individuality taking center stage when it comes to planning trips. And then this one with Forbes on putting the emotions for why people travel and their motivations for travel and what people want to get out of travel to the forefront. So these brands, companies, platforms talking about this concept of travel being more than just a vacation and having a deeper purpose to creating itineraries, helping people travel and people using travel in their life has a lot more purpose and depth to it moving forward. So I wanted to show you guys that it's just not me talking about this. The industry as a whole is talking about this shift that's happening. You guys, I'm sure, have heard about the topic of transformative travel. Our friends over at the Transformational Travel Council has been leading that. A friend of mine, Joe Pine, he's an author on the transformation economy, talks about that. One of our speakers for our Women Thrive Through Travel event, the one in May, is Dr. Susie Ross. She's been researching this for over 20 years on the rise of transformational travel. So again, it's not necessarily that it's a trend. It might be a buzzing word right now, but it goes to show that the industry is shifting and you have to come with this human-centric emotional approach to your travel business. Okay. So again, we're seeing the shift from just transactional. Am I freezing on you guys? No, okay. The shift from transactional bookings to more meaningful, transformative experiences. The post-pandemic traveler mindset, they're seeking more meaning, purpose, personal growth, and that traditional travel advising is no longer just enough, right? Especially as more tech and AI and all these tools and resources come about, you can't go the same way that things have been done in the past. The industry and times are just changing too much. With AI and tech-driven future, it's more valuable of human expertise, insights that they become. So your opinions, your guidance, your support, that human-to-human interaction, people want to know that they can trust a human when it comes to their travel experiences, on where to go, what to do, how to get there, all of that. It's all about building relationships. And then intentionality over efficiency. There's going to be more tools and tech and platforms and resources and all of this being pushed and developed in this industry to make things faster and easier and more seamless and create itineraries more and serve more clients. That's all great from a certain standpoint in your business, but intentionality and connecting with your clients on a human level and being able to provide them with meaningful experiences that do something for them, it has a lot more value in the long run for you as a travel advisor than anything else. So again, U.S. travel advisors don't need these old school niches, the same categories that you've been the boxes you've been putting yourselves in for years of whether you are in luxury travel or adventure travel or solo travel, or you are focusing cruises or Disney or any of these brands or anything else, all inclusives. Those are very generic. Yes, you can focus on those, but you have to create a business of more meaning and purpose and be a lot more specific on who you serve and what you're helping them do. So hopefully today's session, we're going to help you figure some of that out. You don't need hundreds of resources and databases and folders of all of these tools and trainings that you need in order to build your travel advisor business. You don't need all these brochures and systems and webinars from suppliers on how to sell and what to do. You also don't need processes, like I said, to make things just easier, faster, more efficient. What you need is to understand what I'm talking about in today's webinar that helps you build a personal brand and be more strategic and intentional in your business so that you can really create a sustainable travel business that stands out despite whatever's happening in the travel industry. So let's get into travel coaching. What is a travel coach? From a traditional standpoint, a travel coach is someone who helps people pull to the surface and understand their why. Why? What are their motivations for wanting to travel? What are they looking to get out of this travel experience? Then helping them be more intentional with their travel decisions. When people can understand their why for travel, they can make better choices on where to go, what to do, how to spend their time, who to go with, maybe how long to go, how to get there possibly. All of the decisions that have to go are involved with planning and booking trips for people. There's a lot more intention and purpose put into them. And then lastly, helping people instead of seeing travel as a vacation, a getaway, a quick escape, a rinse and repeat, a cookie cutter experience. Instead, seeing travel as a tool, a vessel in their life for transformation. Maybe it's a healing journey. Maybe it's personal development. Maybe it's professional growth. Maybe it's reaching whatever goals and aspirations that they have during that specific time in their life, right? So there's a reason why people want to travel every single time that we want to travel. So if you can help people understand their why and be more intentional with that trip, they can hopefully have the outcomes, the feelings, the emotions, the changes, no matter how big or small they are, by the end of that trip, right? And then what is that going to do for you? That's going to help them create more meaningful travel experiences, meaningful moments. That helps them be return customers, create clients for life because you too are going on this journey with them, not necessarily physically, unless that's your business model as a group trip leader, but in life, right? It's not about just go on a vacation and come back. It's about helping them shift their mindset around travel, and you become that go-to person to help them along this journey, no matter what phase in life that they're in. They can use travel and have an intentional trip along that journey for whatever it is that they need at that specific time. Whether it's for celebration, whether it's for a healing time, whether it's for a personal solo trip, maybe it's for a connection with their friends or partner, spouse, children, whatever it might be. Again, take people on a journey, not necessarily just once, but for a lifetime. Other benefits of adding travel coaching into your travel advisor business, like I said, standing out in a crowded market. There's more and more travel advisors coming about. Travel is a huge industry. People love travel. If you're in this industry because you had a passion for travel and wanted to find a way to help people travel, and you like maybe the planning and booking or the planning and creating itineraries phase of a trip, and it's a way for you to also travel or you to also make money while traveling or make money doing something you love, that industry is not going to go away. If anything, it's going to become more complicated, not only, like I said, with AI, but with influencers and content creators, having the opportunity to work with different travel brands so that they can get commissions from bookings. It doesn't always have to be a travel advisor anymore. I was just on a podcast with a very big company right before this, and they were talking about their creator program that they're launching, ways for creators and influencers to earn commissions. So, I mean, we partner with companies for travel coaches who are not travel advisors to earn commissions from hotels and companies. So there's so much that is happening and progressing in this industry. So you as a travel advisor have to learn to build a personal brand and expand your revenue streams as well. You can also attract higher value clients. These are people who have a purpose to why they're coming to you. So they're seeing you as not just someone who's going to plan and book their trips and make it done and easy. They're coming to you as more of a shoulder to lean on, a guru, a lifestyle expert, kind of like a life coach here. You're helping them through a process that is going to bring change to their life and purpose versus just making a transaction with them. Okay. It's going to increase your client loyalty, ultimately increasing your referrals or repeat customers. When you can make people feel like you are the one that understands them, you're the one that they can connect to, you're the one that they relate with, you're the one that really understands who they are on a deeper level, why would they go elsewhere, right? That's what relationships is all about. And it's not just that you know where they like to go and what their budget usually is or how many kids they have. Like that's all great, but that's all the traditional, very basic understanding of clients. You need to pull back those layers and really understand who they are to their core so that you can help them craft experiences that meet exactly where they need, even if it's unspoken. And that's what some of the skills of coaching helps you be able to do. Helps you charge for your expertise beyond just commissions, right? commissions is not the only thing that we want to make money from as travel advisors. There's other ways that you can create revenue streams that are fun and that are authentic to you and how you want to serve your clients and be part and add value to the journey that you're helping them achieve. So I'll give some examples of what those revenue streams can be as well too. Industry trends supporting coaching-based services. Like I said, as you saw those articles and reports from Hilton and Forbes on this more emotional, transformative why to travel being put in the forefront of the industry is really important for you to be able to tap into and integrate into your own business. Align your travel business with your own values and your own authentic passion for travel and interest. You don't have to be put in the boxes and have the barriers that the industry said is possible are only possible as a travel advisor agent. You can really sculpt a travel business with revenue streams and ideal clients and core messages and values that align with you and what you want to have. You're the person who has to get up and do your job every day and work on your business. So it's important that you craft something that brings value to you and meaning to you and aligns with how you want to help people, not what the industry said is only possible. Okay. All right, so let's talk about the inspiration phase. If you guys have questions about anything, go ahead and drop them in the chat. And I can answer them throughout as well. But I want to make sure that everything is just clear for you guys. All right, so the inspiration phase. So the inspiration phase is, think about this as your marketing phase. This is the phase where you are capturing the attention of your ideal clients. Before you go and put yourself out there and market yourself, I know you guys know the term marketing, but I like to use the word visibility better. It's getting awareness that you exist, that you are someone with a business in the travel industry. In order to do that, before you put yourself out there, you need to have some things figured out first, have clarity on something. So you have to figure out, who are you trying to reach? Who are your ideal clients? And I don't want to hear that it is anyone who wants to travel, because that comes from a mindset of scarcity, that I have to be able to sell trips to anyone because I just need to make commission. I just need to make a buck. That's what that gives off, that vibe. And if that happens, no one can connect emotionally to your branding. So you'll hear me say personal brand or branding a lot because it's so important. You have a business. Every business has a brand. Every brand is known for something. You have to figure out, what do you want to be known for? Okay. And it's not just that for travel or adventure travel, like none of these cookie cutter categories. After today, I want you to do some reflecting on, just brain dump everything about travel that aligns and that you relate to. You know, what was your own why for travel? What was your catalyst for traveling? Why did you fall in love with travel in the first place? Tap into some of those emotions. How does travel make you feel? How do you want to make your clients feel through travel? Right? What is it about travel that is so valuable, that you believe it is so valuable to human beings, and who needs to experience that? Okay. So being able to do this reflection helps you figure out your ideal clients, right? So saying women or women of a certain age or people in this demographic or this income level, like those are old school niches. That tells us absolutely nothing about who you serve and the type of experiences that you provide. So what you need to start thinking about is, what pain points are you really solving? What major problem are you solving through travel, and who are you solving it for? Okay. So for example, is it women 50 plus who are going through a life transition, and that life transition could be becoming an empty nester, it could be divorce, it could be a career change or retirement. So your category could be more centered around life transitions. And thinking about that, so yeah, Sahara, that's pretty broad as well too, but thinking about the emotional, what is happening during those life transitions that people feel. So it could be a loss of identity, a lack of purpose, lack of clarity. So that is what you're helping women of a certain age, maybe women 50 plus, find their own identity again through travel during who are going through life transitions. So it's a lot more specific on who you're serving and what you're helping them achieve through travel, right? Instead of just saying I help women go on solo female trips. Well, what is it about solo travel? Why is it solo travel? Even if it's a category that you're passionate about, like Sahar, I love luxury. I love adventure. Okay, well, what is it about luxury? What is it about adventure? Pull back those layers and create a brand with core messaging that can speak to your ideal clients. Who needs those adventurous experiences? Who needs those luxurious experiences? What is it making them feel? How is it making them feel? What changes is it doing for their lives, their mindset, their relationships? Whatever it is that you're trying to say, that if you go on this sort of trip, or if you go to this type of destination, or if you go on this sort of cruise, whatever it is you're trying to sell people, who needs it and why should they care about it? What are you helping them achieve from it? Does this make sense? Your core message is so important. Every business needs a core message, and it's not necessarily just a tagline that sounds pretty. A core message is your core belief for your business. Again, what do you want to be known for? Through your visibility, through your marketing, through your messaging, through how you show up, all of this builds trust with your potential clients. This is your branding. What are your core values in your brand? What emotions do you want to evoke when people come across your content? In the travel advisor world, it's no longer the book now, go here, look at this beautiful beach, look at this great hotel, and create an itinerary all for you and stress free. Like all of these resources, all of this marketing, all of these tools are done before. They are abundant. They are cookie cutter, they're surface level. In an industry that's shifting towards more meaning and purpose, you have to have that reflected in your business as well. So how can you build trust with your ideal clients and get them to understand that you understand them and what they really want? And I'm not just, when I say what they really want, it's not that they want five-star hotels and they want this loyalty brand only to stay at Hilton's or whatever. Like, what do they really want out of life? What do they want out of this trip? What do they want to feel like every day when they wake up, when they go to bed? What thoughts go through their head? They could wave a magic wand. What would their life look like if it could be the perfect life for them? And how can travel help add to that? When you can connect those dots, you no longer have to be selling travel. You are building loyalty and building a community of people that trust you, understand what you offer, and that you are the person to help them achieve those feelings and goals in life. Again, so it's not about having this salesy mindset. It's about having this meaning and transformative mindset. Once you're able to do that through your visibility, your marketing, then it goes into strategy. I won't go too much into all of that today too, but in our programs, we teach you, well, where do you show up and how do you show up and what do you talk about? I will say there's different types of content, inspirational, educational, motivational, and then salesy content. So hi everyone joining. Change those up a bit. Create about 3 to 5 storylines, story ideas for your business. You do that through a framework. I'll talk about a framework here as well, but you do that through creating some sort of framework. So what is it about travel that you should tell people are so important for your ideal clients? Is it time in nature? Is it human connection? Is it getting out of their comfort zone? What does that mean for them? You might understand that, but they don't. How can you paint a picture for them as if they went on this trip or had this experience or had this retreat or whatever it is you guys are trying to convince them to buy into? What is it going to do for them? Why should they care? And you won't know that until you understand them as a human being. This is just business 101. Every company out there, even outside of travel, understands who they're trying to capture, who they're trying to speak to, and they know who we are at our core, what touches us emotionally, what we care about, what our values are, what do we want, what we don't want. Those are the things you need to know about, not the surface level, where they've gone in the past and what's on their bucket list and how many do they prefer to travel on trains or planes or this airline or not. Like that tells us nothing. Someone could put all that into AI and it can come up with an itinerary that is personalized for them. In this industry, if you want a brand that is sustainable, that is going to make an impact that stands out, you have to build this emotional side to travel. Uh, I'm interested in how you would market to your particular niche. Um, yes, so you're saying just how do you essentially reach, Melissa, just how do you reach them? Like how do you reach your potential clients if you have a specific niche? So just like a quick rundown of that. Is that where you're meeting? Okay. Um, that's strategic. So before you figure out where, you have to figure out what is it, their pain points. It's not a great word to use, but their pain points. Understanding them to their core, like I just mentioned, keeps them up at night. What do they want? What do they desire? How do they spend their time? Where do they read? What's their self-talk like? What do they think every day? So all of that you have to understand because when you have that, it's like a bucket you can pull from, and then you can use that in your messaging. So then you go over strategically from a business standpoint and like where do you reach them? So if you understand who they are, then maybe there's organizations, associations, memberships that have them. Instead of trying to reach individuals, if it's overworked, stressed out professional women, go to women's professional organizations, associations. If it's people going through a grieving process and you're using travel as a healing part of their healing and self-growth journey, maybe going to a divorce organizations, or there are widows associations. It could be in-person events. It could be virtual events. It could be one of my, like I said, media publicity is one of my favorite free ways to get exposure. So what podcasts do they listen to outside of travel? So I say all the time, your ideal clients, I know the travel agent world is so used to selling to people who want to take a trip. You have to think beyond that. If travel is seen as this tool in our lives for helping us at different parts of our lives, then we can't just meet people who already want to travel. Meet people before they even consider travel as an avenue for that healing, those goals, if that makes sense. So people who are burnout professionals, uh, people going through divorce, life transitions, empty nesters. There's so many other things people are thinking about during those stages. They're probably not thinking, hey, I want to take a trip. Let me plan all of this. Where should I go? What should I do? Or that travel's even an avenue for them. But that's where you show up and you talk about what could be, how they could feel, what their life could look like after they return home. How could they feel during that trip? Okay, so think about podcasts that fit your ideal clients' niches. Right? It could be in wellness, self-care podcasts. It could be parenthood podcasts. It could be mother podcasts that moms listen to. Again, think outside the box of travel. We often think like, oh, I want to be in travel and leisure. I want to be in all these big name publications. Those are great for credibility standpoints for your website, but will they have the ROI and impact that you would want? Probably not, because they may not have your ideal clients. So there's different reasons why you get publicity. But go to magazines, print, digital, go to blogs, collaborate with a blogger that has your ideal clients in their niche in their that they speak to, and see if there's webinars or blog posts you can write. There's so many ways to reach your ideal clients beyond the traditional just show up on Facebook and Instagram. And yes, social media is great as well too, but make sure that's strategic. Where are you showing up? Are your clients maybe on LinkedIn? Do they spend time on Instagram and Facebook? Are they scrolling on TikTok? And that's where they're spending their time. And even so, what messaging are you using? Even if you do all those things right and you're in all the right places that your ideal clients are in, but you aren't using the proper messaging that speaks directly to them, that gets them lured in, gets them interested in like, hey, this person might understand what I need, what I want. That's what marketing is about. You sell people things before they even know they need it, right? So how can you capture people through your marketing, your messaging? That's so important. And that starts with you to do your own deep dive. What am I trying to tell people? What am I trying to convince them of when it comes to travel, and who needs to hear that? Starting with your own story, you guys. Your own story is so powerful. My niche is helping couples reconnect through travel. Usually it's middle-aged empty nesters. So middle-aged empty nester couples to reconnect through travel. That's great. So go to podcast publications, organizations that have to do with relationship building, empty nesters, being of a certain age, of building back connections, even maybe divorce, or anything like that. So any platforms where your ideal clients could be absorbing information, watching, reading, listening to, that's where you want to show up. And then when it comes to your messaging, I'd have to do a little bit more work with you to figure out like all of the actual like framework of what you're talking about. Like what is it that you believe in that could help them? So I'll share some other things to kind of structure your guys' businesses beyond just the planning and booking of phase. But one of the great things, if you guys do join our signature program, our travel coach certification program, you do get a one-on-one with me. So I'm able to kind of listen and give you feedback. And we also have monthly group sessions. The pre-trip phase. So you have your marketing, your visibility, your messaging, you capture people, you're doing it strategically, you have a lead magnet or a freebie that speaks directly to who they are, captures them, gets them to your mailing list. Now you can nurture them, build more trust with them, inspire them more, educate them more, then sell to them, right? It's any business, the funnel any business has. You have to do things strategically. And not just a checklist, not just a packing list, not just a generic everything else. If all these resources already exist and Google's out there and AI and all this stuff, what is a piece of value that you can give to your ideal clients that they will hand over their email for? Okay. So I won't get too far into systems and funnels. We do that in our programs. But you have to do that. So once you do that, now you have a client and now you are in that pre-trip phase. So they already connected with you through your content, through your messaging, wherever they found you. They probably went to your website, you have your messaging on there, follow you on social media. People lurk a while before they take action anyways. So that's why your visibility is so important in business. Finding a way to capture them, build a community, nurture them. So now it's individualized. Now, this pre-trip is time for you to really understand and pull back the layers for that specific client, their deeper reason why, as an individual, about the choices that maybe they say they want to have, where they think they want to go, the type of trip they think they want to have, pulling back those answers or those layers. Why? But why? But why gives you more clarity into the truth of what they really are looking for. And it helps you understand their unspoken priorities. Because the travel industry has conditioned people so much to just give these very surface level itinerary, this is what I want, this is what I need, this is what we usually do, this is what my family likes type of thing. It's not easy for travelers to really take a moment and come to a realization of why they really are looking for this escape, this getaway, this trip, this vacation, whether it's with their partner, with their children, for themselves, right? So getting them out of this like very fast mentality and cookie cutter mentality to taking time to self-reflect and come to realization of what do they really want? Why are they going? How do they want to feel when they get back? What are the priorities for this that they may not have initially thought for themselves? And that's where you come in. Sorry, I'm just reading Julie's message. Julie signed up for the coaching program in late 2025, and you're now ready to access the class. I'll email you for the login link. I think that's just what you're asking for. I'll email you after this, Julie. Let me just make a note of that for you. You're welcome. Okay. Anticipate personal moments. So again, what are they looking to craft out of this experience? Like, what do they really want out of this? Building empathy with them. Not only empathy from, oh, like, let me take care of that for you. I'm sorry that your flight was delayed. Like, yeah, empathy is great across the entire process, but really having them understand that you understand them, that you were coming along on this emotional journey with them. And not saying that every trip, every ideal client has something negative to do with why they're traveling, about grief or heartbreak or divorce, anything like that. It's not the case, but those are just common themes and niches. But empathy is far beyond sympathy. It's not sympathy. Empathy is just having someone understand that you understand them, that they really are in need of this sort of experience at this time in their life. In our programs, we teach something what I call destination and experience matching. So essentially, it's helping your clients make better planning and booking decisions with the supplier, whether it's suppliers that you partner with or your agency partners with, or the itineraries that you create with them, all of the above. For example, if someone thinks that they want to go to Barcelona or Paris because it's been on their bucket list and all their friends have gone before, but once working with you, they realize maybe those hustle and bustle of cities aren't what I'm really looking for. Maybe this is like because this is what's going on in my life, and these are my real true motivations that got me, envying travelers on Instagram and dreaming about, researching late at night, places to get away from. Like these are my true motivations. Maybe it's somewhere that they need to spend more time in nature. Maybe it's somewhere that they don't know the local language, that they do want to get out of their comfort zone and they do want to have a more serene, you know, untraditional like experience that they haven't had before, but maybe it is because especially if you are the person who understands those sort of experiences and what could be, what could come out of them, you paint that picture for them of what is possible. Um, this goes into your discovery sessions by understanding more about your ideal client. So enhancing those, it's not just this old school typical questions that you ask and the structure of them. It leaves your clients feeling like this person gets me. Like without a doubt, they're going to help me have an experience that I truly want and need right now. Clarifying your client's goals, fears, and desires. Again, there's a lot of things that might be under the beneath the surface that they're not talking about. They're not sharing with you, but that takes practice and skill and knowledge and insight on how to be able to pull that to the surface with your clients. And then designing meaningful experiences that truly make an impact on them, not just something that makes them have need a vacation from a vacation or took too big of a bite out of their budget and now they're anxious because they have to work overtime when they get back or they're anticipating their next trip because they only take one a year. Again, it's moving from this mindset of transaction to one of transformation. So as your pre-trip, so really understanding your ideal clients and their why, helping them set intentions for their trip. What do they want to get out of that experience? Therefore, what kind of experiences should they have? How should they spend their time? Um, should they immerse themselves into the culture more? Should they um, spend more time alone, reflecting? So that goes into this during trip. Like we're humans, right? We like to go, our default is to go back to our old habits, our own old mindset, our old ways. That's where you as a coach comes in as with support. How do you hold people accountable during their trip? They say that they want this sort of experience, but when it comes, they stick to their old routine and ways, and they don't get outside of the boundaries of their traditional type of travel, that they don't talk to people, that they only do the typical things they do. They're missing so many opportunities. It's left on the table to really have meaningful experiences that can really help them reach their goals. Because you guys know that it can. There's proof, there's research, there's your own stories, your own examples. You guys are experts in this, that these sort of experiences can help your clients go from feeling like this to hopefully feeling like this if only they have experiences that look like that. Does this make sense? So we know that getting out our comfort zone and talking to people and meeting and hearing new stories and trying new foods and seeing things that we never seen and having being outside of our daily routine and having a lifestyle and building compassion and empathy for people who are different from us and having conversations with people that we barely can communicate with, but we have a shared bond with each other because we are humans and we feel each other's kindness. We know that all of this helps shape us as human beings. But if your clients stick to strict itineraries and they go back to their old ways, what kind of experience are they really going to say? What memories are they really going to make? What impact is that trip really going to make on them, despite whatever goals and motivations they claim to have in the first place? So how do you hold them accountable? Well, that takes practice, that takes knowledge, that takes insight as well. But some examples could be check-ins with them. It could be maybe you created a community where they can connect with like-minded travelers and they can tap into that community sometimes. Maybe it is creating some sort of exercises for them, whether you believe journaling is important, some sort of documentation is important. Maybe it's reflection tools that they can have. Again, this is a way for you guys to customize your travel business in a way that aligns with your interests and what you believe in. So maybe that is tapping into the benefits of art and creativity, or you're challenging them to speak to five strangers a day, and picking which story made a bigger impact on them and what was it about that story that they heard, right? So helping them really craft these experiences that have intention, but being able to guide them along the way. And Katya says, two questions for later. Does the program address accessibility in travel? Will it also connect with the community of travelers facing accessibility barriers? Is enrollment limited to specific dates or the program open all year? Well, I'll just answer these really quick here. The program is open all year, but the prices change. So I'll share what the prices are now. Our brand new travel advisor program is not open until after today's webinar, but I'm going to go through the differences between the two programs. There's quite a few. And then does it address accessibility in travel? So is your ideal clientele, you're helping them travel more accessibly? Or like, who's your ideal client? Katya, you can unmute yourself if you want. So we don't have like necessarily a module on that, but we have a global community of people who focus in so many different niches. So we're able to connect you with other travel coaches and experts in that. And we also we have a bunch of different partners. So there's different ways to bring you the information and education you're looking for. I just got to figure out what that would be. No worries if you guys got to go. This is being recorded. People on wheelchair, for example. Yeah. So what is it that you need support with, like helping them figure out what countries are more accessible, or empowering people in wheelchairs to realize that they can travel and they can travel, in a way that they want to. So we'd have to really pull back those layers and figure out what exactly you need support in and what you're helping your people do and achieve. Going into the post trip, let me just check the timing here. Going into the post trip. So this is the most important part of someone's trip, right? So a lot is happening when people return from their trip. They go back to their daily routines. They go back to the same mindset. They go back to the same everything. But it may not be until days, weeks, months later that they realize how meaningful that trip was. How can you guide them through this process? How can you help them reflect on what they've gone through, what they realized, what they learned, what they saw, and apply that to who they are, apply that to their life, apply that to their mindset, to their relationship, to their work life, whatever it is you help your ideal clients do and achieve. How can you help them take what they learned and experience and apply it to themselves in their life? helping them do this helps people realize, get out of that mindset again of travel as an escape and a vacation to one as a really important aspect to building the life and being who they are, and going on that journey with them. So building that long-term client relationship where now they know to come back to you because they are now going through, or they need this sort of change, or that they're going through this in their life. Like you're the person who helped them go from point A to point Z before, and you're helping them along that journey now too. Um, and then how do you build continuous support in your business? It's not just a one and done. Hopefully you book with me. Hopefully you come back. Hopefully you follow me, stay on my mailing list, whatnot. Yeah, that all I'm sure already happens for you guys. But how do you build this continuous support? Again, community is so important in any business. How do you build a community of like-minded people you build trust with, and that understand that you are the person that understands them? Right? So that could be an online community. There's so many platforms for that now. It could be your social media community. There's your mailing, your newsletter could be an online community for you. There's so many ways to turn any of these platforms that we have in business into a community and what that looks like. When you can build a community, you can then sell anything because you have the branding that they know they're in the right spot, and they have the trust that you're the person to get them there. No worry, Katya. Katya, when you watch this recording, like feel free to reach out. We can dive deeper into so I can figure out what you're trying to help people with wheelchairs do in travel. All right, so some ways to monetize your expand the monetization in your business. So of course, there's commissions through your suppliers and the bookings and the fees that you charge, which I hope you guys are charging fees for your time. I know that it's easy to not charge fees so that you can remain competitive and people work with you versus someone else, but that's not really going to be a differentiator for very long because AI and a lot of other things can help people do all that stuff. So charging fees, when you become a travel coach and you're adding that level of service and value to your business, that you're no longer just helping make transactions and selling and creating itineraries, you are guiding people on lifelong journeys through travel and shifting that mindset and that brand, you up the value of what you have to offer. And whether you structure that in, you can apply travel coaching in so many different ways. Because coach is in the term travel coach, you do not have to be one-on-one with people. I didn't do that as a wellness travel coach. Whether you are a travel advisor and you just enhance the pre, post, during, or pre, during, and post trip integration, enhancing your marketing and your branding, creating communities. Maybe you also want to run retreats, group trips, or you partner with retreat leaders, or you partner with group trip leaders as referral or affiliates. You partner with platforms or brands or sponsorships through your content, your blogging. There's different ways to expand revenue streams as a travel advisor than just having to focus on building commission. Again, what do you want to be known for? What information do you have for your ideal clients? You can turn that into digital products, workshops, online events, in-person events. You can charge premium fees for these things. There's so many different ways that you can expand your business beyond what you're used to. Welcome, everyone. I know we're going over an hour here. So from a very basic level, or a quick level, I should say, these are just some of the ways that you could increase the revenue for your travel advisor business when you learn how to become a travel coach through the Travel Coach Network and become a certified travel coach in your business. So we teach and work with you on these things. So why consider getting certified? Like I said before, it helps you stand out in the industry, it helps you build that emotional intelligence. There's one thing to think that you know how to do that, but it's another to go through a training to be able to do that. There's a reason why there's a thing of coaching, and we are accredited through ICF. We abide by all those standards and foundational elements of the ICF International Coaching. Develop critical thinking skills, strategic relationship building. All of this is strategic in your business that we teach. How to combine the concept of coaching plus your branding when it comes to travel and what you believe in and your ideal clients, plus how to combine that concept into traveling itself. So I get people saying, well, I'm already a certified coach as a life coach or a health or wellness coach. Yeah, but do you know how to combine that into a travel business? What are those elements of travel? What is the framework that you're teaching? What is your messaging all centered around travels? That is a huge part of what we obviously focus on. It builds credibility. It's helping you get credentials that others don't have in the industry, especially when things are heading towards the way of AI and tech. That knowing that you have that human to human interaction, understanding, empathy, emotions first approach is going to set you apart in the travel industry. It's also a global movement. Again, we have travel coaches from 40 plus countries, and it's really important to be a part of this movement that is aligned with the shift that's happening in the travel industry. This transformative emotions first, why for travel, and be able to gain the support and guidance that you need in your guys' business. All of that is what we help you do in the TCN through ourselves and our community members. So here are 5 steps just for you guys quickly to do today to get started on your own is first of all is work on your mindset, getting out of that seller mindset and into that coaching mindset, into that guidance mindset. Number 2 is, like I said before, a deep reflection on your own branding. What do you want to be known for? What are your values? What is your core message? What is your framework? Who are your ideal clients? What are their pain points? Come up with 50, 50, the task that I give people. I know it's hard, but once you get to that 20, 25 mark halfway, that's when you start getting the real pain points. That's where you really understand your ideal clients. You're past all the traditional demographics and the surface level things. You really start to understand who they are, what keeps them up at night, what do they really want and desire out of life. So come up with those pain points and establish your brand. Be hyper specific of who you serve and what you're helping them do and achieve. If you're empowering them, what are you empowering them to do? You're inspiring them to travel. Why are you inspiring them to travel? Why should people care? Why should your ideal clients care about taking a trip or having whatever experience it is that you're trying to convince them of? I want you to add 1 to 2 coaching questions into your current workflow as well. So your discovery session, if you have a something you send out to your clients or you provide value in the pre-session, I would do that. Creating a signature travel coaching framework as well. So you hear me say this a lot, but what I mean by a framework is that think about the things that you're trying to convince your ideal clients of. So for example, if you're trying to say like taking a trip can help you go from feeling like this to feeling like this if you through human connection, time in nature, and immersing into the local culture. So your framework could be those simple 3 categories. And then underneath that, explain like, what is it? What is it about time in nature? Is it the power of blue and green spaces, the time for self-reflection? Is it the breathing in the fresh air that gives you mental clarity? Is it the being in nature, you're more physically active and moving your body, which helps you, decrease stress levels? What is it? We can't just have these generic things that we talk about and tell people are so great about travel without explaining it for your ideal clients. It's going to look different for everyone's ideal clients. So when it comes like using buzzwords like transformative travel or transformation or immersing into a local culture, what does that mean? They're things that we understand or we believe in or that's happened to us, but like for your ideal clients in your business, you have to articulate it and translate it for them. Relate it to connect these dots for their pain points, what they want out of life. How do they feel now and how do they want to feel? So immersing into a local culture, what does that have to do with getting them to feel like point A to point Z, their journey? So maybe it is hearing new stories, feeling challenged and learning to communicate, when you don't understand the language and what you learned through that, or realizing that this human to human connection helps, that we're a lot more alike in this world than we are different, and that helps build compassion and empathy of others, or whatever it is that you guys believe in. Coming up with a framework, when you can come up with a framework that is aligned with your brand, you can now use that, and that just becomes a bucket that you pull for content, for strategy, for expansion, for revenue streams, for anything, because that's the core concept of your business in a structure for a coaching session, for a pre-trip, for a during, for whatever. You now know how to get your clients from feeling like point A to point Z, because this framework are the things that you teach them on, that you help them on, that you guide them on. And you can go and integrate anything that you guys are passionate about. We have travel coaches who combine somatic movements or meditation or art or creativity or writing or running or anything else that they feel is also important for their client's journey, plus travel into your own brand. Again, what do you want to be known for? And who can it help? Okay. So coming up with your own signature framework. So just shifting your mindset, deep reflection on your own branding. Oh, maybe I missed a step, but updating your messaging, your branding, making it has everything has to be cohesive in your business. It has to be aligned. I don't want to hear your core message different from your framework, different from who you say your ideal client is, and your messaging is all different everywhere. I see that often. It has to be alignment, consistency, cohesion in your brand. And then adding a couple new coaching questions to your current workflow, and then creating your framework. Those are just 5 steps right now for you guys to get started on. And I promise you, at the end of doing this work, you're already going to have a different feel when it comes to your travel business. And we haven't even talked about helping you with we talked about it, but not strategically when it comes to visibility and revenue streams. All right, so what I was talking about is our program. So I'll share what that is here. So you mentioned a program for travel advisors similar to the travel coach. How is it different? Okay, perfect. Yeah, so this one here on the left, the travel coach certification program, this is our flagship program. This is our signature program we've had running for over 6 years now. We have over 760 travel coaches. It grows by the day. Shelly is one of our I hopped on so I can go back to the basics and remember my way and how to better serve my clients. If anyone's on the fence about it, just do it. Thanks, Shelly. Shelly's one of our founding members. Um, uh, the travel coach certification program, we also have it in Spanish as well that we launched 2 years ago, but this is our flagship. And this is the one that is our all-in-one robust program. So joins the community. We have I'll show you guys the page that I'm going to share with you guys, and it has everything listed that's included with each, so it makes it a lot easier. And then the one on the right is our certified travel coach program specific for travel advisors. So the signature program it's more general. We have it's very business oriented. It's very Coaching 101. We have retreat leaders, tour operators, health, life, wellness coaches, medical experts, travel advisors, all in this program, learning how they can start and grow their travel coaching business. What we did is we took the core competencies and just basic structure of business and put it into the travel advisor one so that it's a shorter, much faster pace for you guys to become certified travel coaches, but still wear your travel advisor hats. Okay. I originally designed the certification program without the travel advisor in mind. Like I said in my story, I wasn't interested in that. I started my own wellness travel coaching business and built this program to help others with that, but saw this increase of desire and interest from travel advisors to still wear that hat with planning itineraries, bookings, working with your clients as an advisor, and being able to become a certified travel coach with that. The travel coach certification program flagship program, we call it flagship signature, is 40 CCE hours. It used to be 60 in the long time ago. And then the advisor one is 10. So it's just 10 hours. It's a lot, but the thing with that is you don't get the full support like you do in the certification program. So that's why I mean like it's all in one robust one. Brittany is an advisor and she just said, completely agree. I'm getting more inquiries now than ever by adding travel coaching to her business. So these are just some of the things. You can see hundreds of testimonials from our message from, I don't even like calling them testimonials. They're just messages that our members have said or messaged me on the landing page for the travel coach certification program. But I'm going to pull up the page that I'll send out to you guys. Hi, Louise. Louise just got certified in our Spanish program. Let's see.
Confused with the time. I thought it was just it was 1 hour difference versus 2 hours difference, so I just missed. I'm sorry, but hello everyone.
No worries. Thanks for joining us today. All right, so I'm going to drop the link to this. So this is the landing page. So like I said, there we have a bundle. So it's okay, I can see it. So this here is our new course, 10 hours on your own. You just have a simple um, exam at the end, and then you email me, and then we review everything for you. So if you're a travel advisor and you just want that, that is $299. That price will be going up in the future. Our signature program is down here. If you want this and not the advisor one, because you're like, hey, I'm not an advisor, don't want to be one, we do have a sale for that. It's usually just under $2,000, but this is everything that the travel coach certification comes with. Again, we provide opportunities to join our database, our marketplace. We have practice coaching sessions, monthly continuing education sessions, a private 45-minute business coaching session with me, accountability groups, all these different things, meetups and stuff like that. So that is that. But what we're offering for very, very limited time is the both of them. So both of them for $697, which means you essentially get this for $100 with the sale price of the certification program. So it's everything included in the certification program plus the new course. So you're going to get I didn't mean 60, I meant to say 40. So 40 and 10. So you get 50 CCE ICF hours in the bundle, or you can do them separately. So I'll drop this into the chat for you guys. It's also going to go get emailed out for you, as well as, what am I doing here? With the replay when I send the replay out. So you can choose which option you have here, but any questions that I can answer about the program? I'm glad you enjoyed the program, Louise. And I think someone asked the self-paced. Both programs are self-paced, the travel advisor one and the certification program one. Again, this one is a very robust, comes with so many other perks, benefits, everything. And then this is just really just think of it as a course on your own. Learn. There's a multiple choice exam. Email me and then I review that, make sure you pass. And then you get your badge and your certificate. So it's just like a lot faster pace, only 10 hours and 10 CCE hours. But if you do the bundle, you get both of those. And I did that on purpose because I really, really would like to work with you guys closer in the certification program and help you really expand all of these different elements into your business when it comes to visibility and marketing and funnels and transformation and everything. Okay. You're welcome, Julie. Oh yeah, I will email you the login link. Our programs are hosted off of Kajabi, so that's where you'll be able to get into any of our offers. Any questions? I know we kind of rapid pace went through a lot of that. There's so much information to share, but I didn't want to overwhelm you. Is there anything offered after the program? What do you mean, Melissa? There are always different opportunities, whether it's through us or any of our partners. We do have private group coaching. I do have additional one-on-one coaching. We partner with different types of coaches to help you during different, like depending on what it is you need. You can unmute yourself if you wanted to share more of what you mean.
Yes, I was just thinking in Facebook groups, a continuing like a class like once a month or
yeah. So if you are for the travel advisor one, no, you will come into our private Facebook group, but like think of the travel advisor one as literally just like a course on your own that you take. The travel coach certification program, our more robust one, this is ongoing. So it's ongoing continuing education sessions every month. So it's different topics. It's topics that our members ask about. It's topics that I find valuable that I come across. We have open Q&A sessions. So it's a way to get continuous support in your business. And that's ongoing forever. We do practice coaching sessions by industry expert. Akua, she comes in quarterly and hosts those. So helps build confidence, show you how to integrate this into your business, what a coaching session could look like. We do onboarding sessions hosted by Sylvia, who is one of our certified travel coaches, helps you guys get started, connect with each other, answer questions so that you're not overwhelmed with everything. We hold quarterly mixers as well, a way to connect with each other, get support from one another. There's always different other opportunities as well. We have kind of spin-off things. So we have an option for our coaches to work with other coaches within the program through our Hub Collective. So it's just, this person is really well at like getting clients and selling or converting their clients or marketing themselves or whatever, and you can learn from them. So we offer all different sort of support that's ongoing. We have, like Shelly just posted in here, she's one of our founding members, and she's still going back to the program and still seeking the different opportunities that we provide. We provide speaking opportunities. So two of our coaches will be on the panel for the Institute of Tourism. We're hosting a webinar where we're going to be talking about mental well-being and wellness travel. So I invited two of our coaches on there so you can apply for speaking things. There's different opportunities. We hold some of them are going to be speaking at our Women Thrive to Travel Mastermind event on May 24th. We have our Travel Coach Virtual Summit taking place in November, so you can apply to speak for that. So there's different ways that we offer different support for you guys. And
Thank you.
Yeah, we have coaches. You can apply to be write a blog post for us, to be a guest on our podcast. So there's all different things that we like to offer. We also are here to listen to you guys if there's something that you do want, you don't have as well. We can also put you into accountability groups. And so that's a way to connect with others, and you people support each other that way. People have been friends and collab on different things as well. We have a marketplace to put in your offers, your lead magnets. We have a marketplace that we're launching where you can put your paid offers if you want, and these are ongoing. You can add to these things anytime. We have a travel coach directory that you can not only connect with other coaches, but you can get, we have people getting clients and opportunities through if you go to hireatravelcoach.com, that's ours. Okay. And all of that is part of our signature program. Any other questions? All right, guys. Well, I'll be sending out this replay. Do let me know, reach out. I will drop my email in the chat for you here. You can message me on any of the social channels. If you guys do have any other questions that come up or want to discuss payment plans or anything like that, I didn't put payment plans onto that website, but we are happy to work with you guys on something if you did want them. If you do pay in full though and join our signature travel coach certification program or the bundle, you will get a private one-on-one with me that you can book anytime you want, and that doesn't expire. Okay.
And you said that the information is going to be emailed out too.
Yep. So I think it's going out actually in like a couple minutes here. So I send that link and the information on that. So essentially it's that link because I put everything that's included underneath there. I mean, there's more included. So you'll see like for this travel coach certification program, we hold every fall a pitch competition. So it's a way for you guys, we work with you to craft your 5-minute pitch for your business. I bring in industry experts. You can connect and learn from them. Like people from all different parts of big companies come in to hear you. And it's not for funding, but we do have some fun prizes. And it's a really great way for you guys to really hone in on your skills and your abilities and your business strategy and plan and stuff too. So people really love that. So we offer a lot of different things. All right, guys. Well, thanks for joining today. We hope to see you in the Travel Coach Certification Program or even the Travel Advisor Program. And reach out if you have any questions. Okay, stay tuned for the replay. The replay might come out tomorrow, but there will be an email sent with the information and the link for the programs. Okay. All right, everyone, take care. Thank you.